guys. So I opened my birthday present from you and I saw my butter churn and all the things that go with it. And I was like, let's make butter. So I'm going to show you how the butter churn works. Hopefully it works. Hopefully I do right. The instructions seem pretty simple. So we're going to give it a shot. And then if it works, I'm going to save my freshly made butter for tomorrow for my birthday party. So, okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is put the cream, which is right here, 10 ounces of cream into the butter churn, and then we'll put it on. And then we have to mix it, basically, churn the butter for, it says, about 15 minutes. And then at the end of that, there should be clumps and stuff. So we'll pour this in, get it started, and we're going to see what happens. Pouring. Butter churn. Okay. And we're going to churn. So now we're going to turn this into butter. So, yeah. It kind of works like, basically just like a mixer does. It's just going to keep moving it, so we'll see what happens. Don't see any separation yet. Keep going. That's 15 minutes, so let's check it and see what's happening. It looks exactly the same. I'm gonna have to do some research. Okay, so what we've got now is it got kind of foamy, like it was going to turn into whipped cream, and then it has really started to solidify. So I don't know if you can see that. You can see there's kind of like buttery chunks there. So the instructions say to scrape it into the middle and churn for a little bit longer, and then it's going to be time to strain it out. So, 1, 2, scrape. It kind of looks like butter. Alright. Oops, I dropped some. Alright, let's see what happens. Whoa. It's gotten really hard to turn. It's getting really like lumpy. Like all the little pieces are starting to stick together. Okay, and we did scraping now. That seemed to help. I mean, honestly, it looks pretty good. As you can see, there's a big old ball of butter in there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna strain out the buttermilk. And then we're gonna put the butter into the bowl. Buttermilk we have. Say it's really good for pancakes, so we'll see what happens. So we put the butter into cold water because part of the process that helps the cream turn into butter is the heat that you generate. So now I'm putting in cold water so it gets warm, so it gets cold and becomes more solid, and we can get all of the buttermilk out so that way it stays good for as long as possible. So first I'm going to use this cheesecloth and get all the pieces together and really squeeze it out. And then we're gonna use the butter paddles to really smush it together. So here goes. Got the butter in there, and now we're gonna just squeeze. You can see definitely some liquid coming out. Not so much liquid coming out anymore. So now I'm going to, because it already got kind of warm when I was squeezing. Okay, but seriously, how cool is this, like, Hershey Kiss of butter? That looks so cool. So now we're going to learn a new skill. I'll roll it in water one more time so it's a little bit colder. I'm going to use the butter paddles. So. I'm just going to use these to press as much liquid out of the butter as possible. So that hopefully it will stay good. Oh no, I dropped it. Oh! Okay, I think I cleaned my sink. Okay, so we have nice pressed lump of butter. Really beautiful and soft. It's really smelling good, which is interesting. Now, I am. So now I'm going to put it into my butter container that came with it. So it's this little cup thing here. And we're going to put the butter in here, and then we put a little bit of water in the bottom of this part. And it makes a seal so that bad stuff can't get into the butter and it can't go bad. So we're gonna give it a try. Oh, there's an air pocket. Look at that. That fits in there perfectly. So, a little bit of water. I don't know how much we need. This might be messy. And then we're just gonna go like this. Go where you can feel that it seals. Let me see. It's not coming up too high. But yeah, so now I have butter. Probably better. It's not full of water. Roxy wants to see the butter, but we're gonna not get cat hair on it. But yeah, so now we've got butter in a butter dish ready for us whenever we want some. So, well, there we go. Thank you so much for the birthday present. I'm very excited to make my own butter. I was just thinking I didn't salt this one, so I probably should have, but I didn't. So we'll see what happens. I've used unsalted butter before. I don't know what I think about buttermilk. Pretty sure that's gonna be for Earl because he likes weird things. I'm really excited that I can make my own butter now. It doesn't make much, but it's still exciting.
You need to do. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, it's stuck in the ground. Yes. All right, your turn, Mom. Look at that baby! She's standing up! Whoa. Oh, did you get it in the circle? That was close.
Thing there is that we got some gravel for our driveway, and Uncle Earl is getting it all spread out, so we have a nice gravel driveway instead of the mud that kicks up your shoes and ruins all my pretty shoes and some of my clothes. So we got that, and he's getting it all spread out, which will be really nice. Other things we've been doing is we're gonna have to hack down our lilac hedge so it can grow back bigger and better. So we've gotten the first 4 taken down, and we have to do pretty much all of them. But the nice thing is about lilacs is that they come back. So like, here, let me get up here closer. With this one, so there were some like little bitty skinny things that he didn't take off, little branches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a string and tie them up so they start growing up straight. And what we'll actually end up seeing is out of the middle of the old dead stuff, I don't think I see any yet, but very quickly we will start to see new shoots come out because they want to live. They're plants that want to live. So yeah, so that's what we're doing, because you can kind of tell from this angle how bent over and broken these bushes are from the last couple of winters. They've been so bad that they just can't take it anymore. So they're getting chopped down and they're gonna restart. So in a couple years, they'll be just as tall, but they'll be less bent over. They'll do a better job of blocking the wind and the dust and all of that. So that's one thing that we're doing. We went after the big one too, so it's just been trimmed back. One thing I am doing though is when we cut down those bushes, I grabbed some of the branches from there and I am growing new saplings. So you basically just take the branches with a nice cut on them, and then you put them in water and a little bit of root growth stimulator, which is what a lot of times we use with new plants, like new trees that we're putting in the ground. I'm gonna put a little bit of that into the vase, and it should help it to, the tree branches will actually start to put down roots, like they're gonna start to grow roots, and then I can put them in a pot. And then next year, well, it depends on how many roots they get. I might not even put them in a pot. I might just put them right into the ground. And basically that's what they say you can do. So we're gonna try it, but also, it's also trying to bloom, which is crazy cool to have blooming lilacs in the house. Hannah, you should try this. Back outside to show you the other things we've been up to. So we've gotten a few things planted in the garden. We've got the first row here, we put in some spinach, and this second row is radishes. And then from this orange flag here, all the way down there to the next one you see, those are all potatoes. Like 72 hills of potatoes. And then we put in a row of Brussels sprouts because they're also cold weather loving seeds. Excuse me. So those have gone in. Everything else is pretty empty. The only other thing that's in here is our herb patch. And there's already stuff growing here too. So we've got our mint plant is coming up pretty. Makes the yummy tea that I drink. And it's everywhere. Let's see, next one over we have, where did it go? Oh, here it is. I've got a lemon balm plant. It's also kind of in the minty family, and that's already coming up. Here we go. I look at my fingers, so there's some lemon balm coming up. This is the lavender. So we're just, don't really see any signs of life on that yet. Those two plants there are garlic. Those are coming up. There's some teeny tiny green leaves on the bottom of the sage plants. Those are coming back. The winter onions are doing great. Already gave some away to people to eat and replanted some and spread some out. Yeah, and then the chive plants are growing. All the yummy different kinds of green grass. And everything's just growing really nicely. So that's exciting. And then, yeah, one more quick walk of plants. Really? Hi! Look who's come to see us. Who is this? Come here, Rocky. Oh, she has to go investigate. She'll come over. So anyways, last year I put in some new bulbs. So the big green ones are crocuses, and the little ones that are coming up are tulips. So I'll get you updates when they bloom, but that's what we've got so far. Rocky! Hi, kitty cat. Hello, have you been having fun? We also have this plant. Hi, silly kitty cat. Oh goodness, you're so close. You're so close. Okay, so this is tricolor creeping sebum, but it's really pretty because it's like green and pink. So some of it coming back right there. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but it looks like the first little bits are coming back, which is exciting. So yeah, so I've got some yarrow over here that just starts to come up. Got some catnip or catmint that's coming back already. So that's exciting, but here's the thing that I'm super stoked about. Gotta show you this. So, my asparagus is growing like crazy. Look at all these little guys. So I did end up cutting 3 of them today. Because if they get, so what they do is they grow, is they come up out of the ground, like these ones right here, and then they'll get to a certain height, And then this little head thing right here will kind of turn into a big flower. And you can't eat it once it flowers. But these things you can eat. So they say like anywhere from 6 to 10 inches is when you should cut them. So this is the 3rd year for 1, 2, 3, like three rows here, maybe 4 rows. So some of them, they're on their 3rd year and can definitely be cut. Some of them are only on their 1st year, but getting a nice patch of asparagus here. So eventually I want to fill the whole thing in, but we'll get there. And then, so these are Uncle Earl's horseradish plants. That's what this is. It looks so crazy, but they're growing really, really well. So we're hoping to harvest some this year and still have enough that they'll keep growing. And then, yeah. And then all of our rhubarb plants are coming up too. So it's kind of cool. They actually come out of the ground in like this bulb, and then the leaves are really wrinkly. And as they grow, they get bigger, like this one, and more flat. So yeah. Oh, you can see one right here. Rocky, back up. I can see one here where you can see the rhubarb leaf is actually just busted out of the bulb. I think it's pretty cool watching nature do her thing. So I couldn't help myself. So here are my 3 asparagus that I picked out of the garden. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Here's the butter that I made. And I'm gonna put some butter in the pan, let it melt in the asparagus, and roast them a little bit with a little bit of salt. And that's gonna go with our dinner for tonight because we made it and it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, that's about all I've got right now. But yeah, it's been really good. We've just been trying to clean things up, get ready for spring, get stuff in the garden, and have a good time. So bye, see you later.